So who do we have next? We have Mr. Richard Harris. Uh, so I'll tell you a little bit about him. It says his first spiritual awakening to his dragon self, get that bit, dragon self, was 20 years ago. So I love the fact that we get some people have only had their dragons around for a couple of years, a couple of months, and then I meet all these people that have had them around for decades, and it makes me think, well, I know nothing about dragons, so which is great. Um, he practices various magics uh, into meditation practices. He's a second dan in aikido, I think that's how you say it. Level 2 in usui reiki, and a kundalini yoga practitioner. And he was going to talk today about protection blessings, purity, peace and protection, and maybe a little about his dragon magic practices. So Rich, welcome. How are you?
Hello, everyone. Okay, thank you for that introduction.
You're most welcome.
Right, I don't have a lot of privacy in my room because I've got a neighbour above me. So just want to say that if there's any noise or I'm quiet, that's why.
That's fair enough. Often,
And
often it doesn't actually pick up, so it's quite good. So
okay, that's good. And secondly, I've never done anything like this. I've worked with my guide for a while, and she's quite happy to do this. So I'm hoping she's going to come through. But I've never attempted anything live working with us, so it's going to be a bit of an experiment in some ways. Um, so yeah, about 20 years ago, I was about 18, I started getting into magic. Well, I was about 16 when I got into magic, and just general magic, meditation, and then had a couple of natural OBEs, just happened randomly. So I knew the difference between astral protection and just dreaming. And I think it was about December time, I had this astral projection and I went over to Iceland, which I found out later. I didn't know at the time. And there's a group of people there in a circle. And for lack of a better word, I was summoned there. I don't know how. I don't know how they knew me. And that's when I first transformed into a dragon. That's when I became aware of my true self. And then the next thing I know, I'm flying into space and I'm fighting a negative entity of some description. Don't know what it was. Um, so yeah, that was like mind blowing. I was like, oof, whoa, didn't expect that. And I kind of accepted that because I'd always known I was different. So I had all the classic starseed symptoms from a young age, feeling different, feeling like I had a mission, empathy, some psychic powers, deep affinity with nature, um, and magic, always seeking magic, knowledge, from 16. But I didn't tell anyone. I had no one I could tell, but I just accepted it. Didn't do a lot with it. It's just like, okay, now what do I do? I kind of wanted to know. So I found myself, but I didn't know my mission. So I started exploring various avenues and soul seeking, trying to find my mission. Um, and that kind of got waylaid a bit because I was involved in a major incident when I was 18 and I did suffer PTSD from that. So that did set me back quite a few years. But I still kept chipping away and I kind of lost my connection they're a little bit, I think, a little bit saw fragmentation. But my books, all my notebooks for uni, any kind of sketchbook, absolutely covered in dragons. I would obsessively draw dragons. And I kind of got a nickname of being called Dragon just because I'd draw them everywhere, and I'd collect dragons and dragon t-shirts and everything. So I think they were trying to connect with me even back then. I just didn't know. So they were trying to protect me or communicate with me. And then moving forward a couple of years, got into kundalini yoga in my late 20s. So again, it's dragon connection, serpent energy, I was drawn to that. And that started reconnecting everything and opening things back up, and started having more spiritual experiences and a little bit of clairvoyance, things like that. So it's definitely more open to the spirit world, and I'd say I focused a good 5 years on just doing meditation and yoga rather than magical practice. That kind of fell away. And that kind of worked with my work routine at the time. And then I got back into magic after that. So sort of combining the energy, the awakening of kundalini yoga to experience magic more, because I could connect more with the spirit realm. So I could feel more, connect more. And then I found DJ Conway, the magic book, Dragon Practice. I think Peter mentioned it last month. And that was amazing. That was like proper dragon magic. I was like, where's this been all my life? So I started working through that, and shamanic practices as well. So I forgot about that. Started getting back into that in about 2017. I felt a draw to get back into that and connection to nature, which I'd kind of left to the side a little bit due to work. That's just this big draw to get back into shaman. So I did a few meditations, and that's when I met my spirit guide, Celine, who is just absolutely amazing. And we all love our guides, obviously, but she's just so full of grace. She's literally like moonlight embodied in a dragon. She's that pure silver energy. She's patient, healing, and I worked a lot with her. And then I did my level 1 Reiki, and then level 2. And both times she was there for me. She came in, and it just felt right. So there's some, you could feel the love, you could feel the healing. I think she kind of guided me towards doing Reiki. And a lot of people on here have done Reiki, or at least heard of it. And again, there's that connection, lines everything, cleans everything out, opens you up to the spirit world, and obviously the healing energy. There's something there that just allows us to connect more with dragons, I think. And that's what, yeah. So I started working with her for, it's been a couple of years now. So I'm hoping she comes in tonight. Fingers crossed. I'm sure she will. I'm sure she will. So, so tonight I want to use this kind of like a practice run for what I'm going to do for the Dragon Summit. So I'll talk a little bit about like that, and that will kind of include a bit more about my magic practice as well. So I live near a henge, Thornborough Henge, which is massive, and it actually aligns to Orion's belt for us. So exactly the same as the pyramids in Mexico and Egypt. Thornborough Henge is an Orion henge. It lines up to the star energy. And I've been there a couple of times, and it's an amazing place. You know, you can feel the energy. So the Dragon Summit, what I want to do is tap into that energy there and send out, you know, another protection lesson for everyone there. And hopefully that energy is going to be amplified, hopefully, by a lot because of the henge and the star energy coming through. So tonight, what I'm going to do is I've already cast a circle, and I'm going to invite Celine in. I'm also going to use reiki to add some protective healing energy, and also to contain it using the distance and time, as anyways level 2 will know you can do. If anyone's not familiar with reiki, that might be a little bit of a stretch. You know, how can you contain energy? So anyone on the replay will hopefully be able to feel it and tap into it too, you know, to receive it. But yeah, some people might struggle with that. But if you watch any kind of quantum physics, you know, quantum theory, quantum entanglement, you know, watch a couple of documentaries of that, then come back and watch it, and hopefully you'll be able to go, oh, actually, okay, yeah, you can still feel energy, you can send it through time and distance. Yeah, so I also use crystals, quartz, general purpose quartz, charged up from the supermoon this month, and charged with a little bit of reiki as well. So these are going to act as amplifiers and batteries. Okay. Protection for the equinox, then these are going to be set up ready to go. Okay, and I thought it'd be nice just to show you my space. So tonight is quite personal. Again, I'd never in a million years thought of going, hey everyone, oh, here's my altar. That's insane. Because in magic it is, you're not really supposed to share, you know, you keep it personal and contain that energy. And I think that shows nicely how far we've progressed as a spiritual collective. You know, more and more people are waking up. I do feel comfortable sharing with everyone here, obviously. But yeah, I think that's just amazing how far we've come, and how nice it is to share and connect with other dragon souls, dragon riders, other light workers. Because there's been bits and pieces online, but nothing as personal or as connective as Dragon Thunder has been. I've met and talked to loads of great people already, and there's a lot of potential energy this year as well that I'm sure we're all feeling. So it's going to be a good year, I think. Sounds good. So if you bear with me shaking the camera around a bit, I'm going to show you my altar. So I've got statues, spirit guides, few offerings. So I've got fire, water, earth, air. So I've got all the elements represented in gemstones, a couple of little dragons. Some more stones and offerings. Can't really see, that's a bit dark, sorry. I think I've shared this before. So I've got the 4 elements, which are close proximities to my spirit guides. So I work with 4 elements, gone through all 4 elemental portals, so to speak. Let's put it back around. Yeah. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight into what I do and what I like to do. I like the more ritualistic magic, gets into a deeper state of mind. But at the end of the day, like Peter said last month, it's just tools, the mechanisms to achieve an altered state of mind. And if you like that, that's great. I enjoy that. Something about it, slightly darkened room with candles and incense and dragon images. It's all tools to access to get into that frame of mind. But I also meditate a lot as well. I do that every day. To connect with the reiki and dragon energy, to keep that connection flowing, nice and strong. So I do both. Don't have to do a ritual to connect with dragons. I don't. But I enjoy it, and I do think it's a useful method. Or tool. So how are we doing for time? Okay, so I'd really value everyone's feedback afterwards. Constructive feedback, because I want to know if I can improve it for the Dragon Summit. And I'm also interested in what people see or feel. So those with clairvoyance or clairsentience, please feel free to activate that. And I'm open. I'm going to open myself up, and I want to share my protection blessing with you. I do find, like when I'm doing a healing, it does take a bit of time for the energy to accumulate and circulate. So it's not going to be very exciting. So if you want to sit back, relax, and open yourself up. I invite you all to be open to receive this protection. I am a dragon of light. I give to you my divine might, so you don't have to fight. All shall be right with love and light. With purity comes peace. With peace comes clarity. With clarity, you can see to protect. Okay, I think that's done. Hopefully some of you felt that.
I certainly did. It was beautiful. Yeah. I saw you standing with this beautiful light around you, and this dragon that was sort of towering above you, and she was almost sort of,
Yes.
it's a bit hard to say, she was sort of like fluorescently white, but it was all shimmering,
Mhm.
and I just felt this beautiful just sort of energy just encompassed me. I felt like I was in like a globe of whitish light, and I just felt very
Yes.
relaxed, and I felt my whole body just relaxing and releasing, and the knots coming out my neck and my shoulders. And it was like, oh, and then my lung been a bit coughy for the last 3 weeks, and I felt it like the, and I kept going, breathing stuff out. Yeah, it just was just lovely and relaxing.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Thank you very much. Does anyone else want to share with Rich what that they felt?
I found it relaxing as well. It took me very deep.
What?
I just went very, very deep, and it was like really going further and further down. It's lovely, lovely energy.
Anyone else? Don't be shy. And if you are shy, maybe just put it in the comments. Say Rich is after some feedback. Was there anything you think would improve it, or anything that, yeah, he's
Yeah,
opening
thanks
himself
for the
up, saying
episode.
please assist.
Yeah. Like you
Hi,
said, Kev.
hi, can I say something?
You can.
I saw some beautiful shards of white light coming in from above. And when I went really deep, actually, weirdly, something tried to come in and grab hold of me. And I don't know, my guys were sitting around me anyway, but and my dragon, but something which was connected to you actually came in and pushed it. My arm actually went like that, where somebody was trying to grab my arm and throw whatever it was, trying to get into me to throw it away. So that was that woke me up a little bit, because I was very deep at that point. So yeah, really, really powerful, but in a quite a gentle way. I had it very, very gentle for me. It was very calm and gentle, apart from the shards and this whatever entity, or whatever it was. Yes, it's beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Oh, sorry.
No, you go first. I'll go after.
I should put my hand up, I guess. Hi, Rich. I'm Margaret.
Hi.
I'm an animal Reiki master, so I know about Reiki. And so what I received was a visual of a sun, and there was energy leaving the east and the west side of the sun. It kept fanning out from the left to the right. I opened my eyes briefly. I've just had a cataract surgery, so my visual is not quite correct yet. But briefly, I opened my eyes and I saw red outlines around the gallery people. I don't know if that meant anything. I just closed my eyes right away because it looked like blood. So I'm not sure. Maybe that's probably just my eyes. But then I saw a huge dragon's eye. And I've been having trouble trying to get the names of my dragons. So my black dragon, I asked him, I said, "What is your name?" And I got the picture of a horse's eye and a white horse. It was a white horse, but like I saw like just half of its face. So I said, "Horse, is that your name? Is your horse?" And then I thought, oh no, maybe it's Horus. Horus. So I think I finally got the name of my black dragon, and now I just need to get some names for my other two. But thank you very much. That was very good, very pleasant. Thank you.
And Horus is known for protection, so that's kind of ties in because
Oh,
of
perfect.
protection. So
Oh,
yeah,
perfect.
wow,
Thank you. Thank you. Even better.
that's cool.
Thank you very much.
I think black dragons are known for protection as well. So I don't know, maybe there's a connection there as well.
Yes, I think so.
Hi, I'm Opal.
Right.
I actually had this urge to start drawing. It's literally just 3 eyeballs, like the third eye, but because I could see this dragon with like 3 eyes on its face. I could also like see a figure where the light was like pulsing in and out of its like shape, which was quite interesting. And I've actually got an arm injury, so from the very start my arm was just like tingling, and it felt like the hairs on my arm was moving. It was very bizarre because I don't really get that feeling very often in the arm. So that was interesting for me. But it also, I could hear, like, I always have a bubble of protection around me, and it just, I could hear the bubble, you know, that when they start wobbling and moving, that sound. It sounded like that, and I could just see the bubble getting thicker around me. So thank you. Yeah, this is what I drew. Smile.
Wow.
Oh, and I also felt the need to ring my protection bell, like my cleansing bell. So, yeah. Thank you.
Glad you felt something. That's good.
There's quite a few comments as well, Rich. I don't know if you've seen them.
No, I've not seen anything.
I mean, if you want to read those, if not, then I can obviously send you all those anyway.
Let's chat.
Did anyone else want to talk?
Yeah, just got it.
Did you want to reply to any of those comments, Rich? If you've read, if you can see them, I don't know if you can see them or not.
Yeah, I'm just going through them. Yeah, see
Okay.
a few. A lot of peace and protection. Great. They're all into light. Great. So it seems to have worked. That's good. No protection coming. Yeah, great. So myself, I've done a lot of protection magic for myself and other people. And Celine's very protective and healing. Yeah. So when I was doing it, I could feel the energy, obviously, like I'm used to, but I saw lots of faces as well, which I'm guessing it's probably you lot. So it was maybe, I was trying to send the energy out to everyone around the world, and there's maybe some connections there. That's maybe where the energy was going. And like you said, Kev, so I was connecting to source, but Celine was coming in behind me like that, like you said, sort of almost claws on and helping with the energy. So it's really interesting that you picked up on that, because that's what I felt as well. But I'm really glad everyone's got some kind of healing or protection from it. That's fantastic. And I'm still getting some energy coming through and going out. So I'm buzzing, and I hope everyone on the feed, like, your feedback's really appreciated, and anyone who's watching it on the replay as well. Really interesting to see what people pick up on that. I felt like I could go for a lot longer. That was, yeah. I'm glad it worked. Yeah. So everyone else wants to share later on. That's the one. Yeah. Thank you, Margaret. Yeah, it's something I've never done before. So I'm glad it worked to some extent.
I think it worked very well, mate. It was amazing. And yeah, I mean, what we'll do is obviously I'll share this, and anyone that is watching this on replay or repeat, and do just put the comments on the portal. There'll be options for you to put the comments. Are you all right if I put this on YouTube as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, anyone can message or share. Yeah.
So any messages that come through, you'll be able to see them, and put it on the blog, and obviously it'll be on the Dragon portal as well, so people will see it. Beautiful.
Yeah,
if anyone's got any comments, just send them across to Rich. And Rich, if anyone wants to contact you, what's the best way to get in touch?
Dragon Thunder. You can find me on there. Send me a message or friend request through Facebook on that. I'm quite active on there. I love that place. Yeah, definitely the best place to find me is on there.
Yeah, sounds good. Cool. And is there anything else while you're in the energy? Is there any messages you want to send out? Any message from your dragon?
She's saying it's done. So she's glad it's worked. I think that was more her healing energy that maybe people felt. Yeah, hopefully that will protect people for the next 24 hours or so, and through the eclipse. It's quite a tumultuous time. So yeah, I think that's where she was keen to step in and help other dragons and other light workers. She's quite motherly and protective like that. She's very gracious with her time and her energy. So I think any opportunity she has to help, she likes to help. So I'm sure she'll be around again for the next 24 hours if people need her as well. She's not just my guide, she's herself. And I feel very blessed to work with her. But I'm sure she's there for other people if they need her. There's a lot of white dragons coming through, and there never used to be dragons, white dragons. There's always elementals or green dragons or whatever, but recently there's just so many white dragons coming through. And something I've worked a lot myself. I've integrated a lot of my higher self, if you want, into me, which seems to help with healing and energy work. That's a fairly recent thing. I've only done that the last year or so. Yeah, ice dragons. Yeah, I've worked with ice dragons. Whoever that was, I saw it pop up. And so that's where I first awakened, was over the mountain glacier, in Iceland, or close to a mountain anyway. And I think it was Lawrence who first tapped into my higher self withdrawing, and he felt the icy element to myself. And it's interesting because my sun sign is an Aries, my moon sign is a Cancer, so it's water. So I've got fire and water, and obviously the moon's connected with a lot of moon energy, and obviously water can be ice. So I do feel a connection with water and ice and mountains. I've always been drawn to that. So that's interesting, that aspect to it as well, I think, coming through.
Beautiful. Somebody's saying, what's the spelling of the guide's name? Because they're curious.
So I'm dyslexic, so I can't really spell either. So Celine, I'm not sure, I'll try and type it. There you go. So I believe Selene was a moon goddess in Greece. It's not something I'm particularly connected to. I just like mythology. So that's her name for humans, is Selene. Because she's a celestial moon dragon, if anyone's interested. So that's, the white and the silver that people are picking up on. Selene, obviously, is a moon goddess. So I don't know if that's her protector, but could be. So yeah, that's interesting that she picked that name, because it obviously a connection to the moon. So, and that's what I'll be working with that for the Dragon Summit as well, for the pre-record. Going to try and trap some of that positive moon energy for protection and healing as well.
Beautiful. Anything else, or are you complete, Rich?
Yeah, I'm good. If there's any more questions or feedback, I'm done.
Well, thank you very much. Please, everyone, press that reaction button. Send Rich and Celine lots of love. That was beautiful. Yeah, I'll send you a separate message, Rich. That I don't want to share on here, that I got as well. It was quite powerful, but it's not something my dragon wants me to share. So,
interesting.
a little bit of intrigue for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Well, thank you to Rich. Thank you to Rebecca. I had to pop off because she's taking her boys out to the park. Thank you all who coming to watch and staying for the last couple of hours. It's beautiful to see you all. As I say, these recordings will be out. Be tomorrow that I'll send them out all over the place. I'll email everyone, and you'll all get to see them. And there'll be links in the Dragon Thunder Facebook group. And yeah, it's beautiful to see you all. As I say, our next one, we've got a chap from Wales who's going to be talking to us, and a lady that's from Japan. So it's going to be interesting to hear about how they see the dragons in the East. And I think they have never seen them as evil, fire spewing beasts ever. They've always been more connected to the way we are now. So I'm looking forward to that. So Rich, thank you very much. Rebecca, thank you very much. And beautiful to see you all, and have an amazing week. See you all soon. Bye.